And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That means it's time, baby, for GotBot Goes live. And I'm just trying to see the best way for me to sort of do this tonight. I don't know. Let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I might be toying with some lighting ideas coming up. We'll see how it goes. Hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your weekend. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to discuss my reactions about TFCon 2020 online, as well as the most recent Galactic Odyssey reveal. And we're going to look at my pickups with an unboxing. What else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about a couple of interesting listings that came my way. I think I have an idea what they might be for, but it's weird. You'll see what I mean when we get there. I, of course, am just trying to get stuff ready here now. I will catch up with you guys in just a moment. Bear with me. But yeah, no, man, I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your Thursday night. Fantastic start to your weekend, maybe early weekend, possibly, could be. Just saying. As we go down right here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I wanted to do. Bear with me here, guys. You know how this goes. You guys know how this goes by now. Jillian, happy to see you. Waluigi, happy to see you. Awesome person, happy to see you as well, my friend. Hey, Jerry, who's my favorite Transformer? Wheeljack. Anybody who knows me knows that my favorite is Wheeljack. In terms of character, favorite plastic representation, Metroplex. Love that city, man. Of course, we're going to do trivia just a little bit later, but I'm going to start things off and get this out of the way right away. It is the intro. I, of course, am your host, your most humble host, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot, baby. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe while you're at it. Light them up, baby. And hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. That is not somebody vacuuming. That is the fan of my computer again, if you hear it in the background. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, the Autobot Family, Transformers versus G.I. Joe versus DC Universe, and Autobot City Central. And all of my social media links, they're all down in the description. I know that was a mouthful. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can check us out on Patreon. Use the donate link. See what we offer to you through Teespring, or, of course, hit the join button and become a channel member right here on YouTube. Let's see what's going on with you guys before we get going here. Has anyone played Among Us yet? No? I've never even heard of it. Brick Smoke Records. Any word on Earthrise Blaster and the cassettes? Nope. I'm not even going to waste any more time with it. I wish I could tell you that there was some word of Blaster and the cassettes, but unfortunately, no, there is not. I wish that there was. Hey, Input, happy to see you here. Adamantium Matrix, an honor as always, sir. Hi to you, Jerry. As we go down here. Hey, Jay Halla, as always, in here. Maximal 10, happy to see you, buddy. Sovereign Knight, happy to see you. Jay Lee, hey, just popping in, have to say, save power. Oh, power outage, I hear you. I hear you, Jay. Hope it don't last too long. Dragonfly, happy to see you in here, my friend. Ghostbusters, the video game remaster is free till November 5th for Epic Game Store peeps. There you go. If you want Ghostbusters, the video game, get it, do that, I guess. I am eating snacks for this live stream. Good. Sit back, enjoy yourself. You know what? Get your favorite beverage, get some snacks. We're gonna have some fun here. Hello, Mike, as always, and Landon's Ultimate Toy Reviews. Pit of Judgment, yes, is back in stock. Actually, I'll mention that right now for anybody. Last week, I think it was last week, who saw my review of the Pit of Judgment. Some people complained last week on the live show and said, maybe it was this week I'd done the review, and it was last week I'd done that unboxing. But some people said, oh, I missed out on it. It is right now live for pre-order again up on Hasbro Pulse for, I believe, March 2021. But, man, it's worth it. Honestly, it's a great set. It really is. I think in Canada, I believe it's coming to EB Games, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Sam, happy to see you as always. Do you happen to know when the Earthrise Soundwave will be back for sale? You know what? That's a fair question. Here's the funny part. I don't know when it's going back for sale because like nothing from Netflix has come here. None of it. Not one thing. If I had to just rely on knowing about the Netflix line from local stuff, I would know nothing about it because zero. We've gotten exactly zero of anything from Wave 1 or Wave 2. So I really wish I could help you. Can't. I know you've asked me 2 questions now, and I'm not exactly a fountain of information for you, and I'm sorry for that, man. Seen them on eBay now for over $100. I wouldn't pay over $100 for it. Honestly, if you get, here's the thing: if you're gonna get the Netflix one, cool, find it. Otherwise, get the Siege one and get the Shockwave Labs upgrade kit because that is also an excellent option. Of course, it's up to you. It's definitely worth having. I don't know if I'd spend $100 on it though. I'm interested in these new listings you talked about. Yeah, there's a couple of them. And they're going to be mysterious. You know what I'm like sometimes with these new listings? They don't make a lot of sense until later on we get some more information. Netflix has been pushed way back. There you go. So it might be a while for some sort of a restock because apparently the Netflix line has been pushed way back. I haven't heard anything about that, but what do you know? Dragonfly just got a notification for his Paradron Medics have shipped. Here's the thing. I've been told that my Paradron Medic Ratchet could be anywhere between November 5th and November 18th. Still has not shipped, however. But I think they're starting to come out. Got Earthrise Smokescreen today. He is awesome. Well, I envy you because I do not have Smokescreen yet, unfortunately. I'd love to, though. Onyx Primal, the Omega I found for 100 pounds. Oh, was bought the day after I told. Told there's no overprime. That's too bad, man. Yeah, Omega Prime. I remember what you were talking about. That's too bad. Netflix seems to be pushed back now to the 12th, I think, or 15th, one of those. I don't know. Look after the 12th or 15th. Honestly, I don't pay any attention to the Netflix stuff because we don't have any of it. Just shipped out Gigawatt. Good for you. I'm happy that people are starting to get stuff arrive, including myself, even though I still got a lot of stuff that's not here yet. So I want to run through the news and notes, including those couple of listings. I want to get that kind of out of the way. Don't forget that tomorrow, myself in conjunction really with tformers.com, we will do this week's countdown. And this week's countdown is going to be the most Halloween-themed Transformers, top 10 Halloween-themed Transformers. So that will go up tomorrow. You'll definitely be able to find it on tformers.com. The suggestion was made from them, and I thought it was a fun one. I thought it was a good one, man. I did. I thought it was a good one. In terms of reviews this week that have happened, I've done both of the Micromaster sets, Astro Squad and the Racetrack Patrol, as well as I think it was the Pit of Judgment was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. That means coming up, already recorded, is going to be the Super Megatron, who is tremendous. And bear with me. Oh, and this beautiful lad. The transformation, I'm going to say this now. The transformation, everybody says, it's so bare, and it is to a degree. Here's the thing with the transformation for the O1 Studio Cell. You have to practice it. Practice, because it's very explicit. I try to show it as best as I can. However, when I got to the very end, do you think I could tab in these orange panels? No, sir. And when I did, there's 2 more orange panels up here that are part of his shoulder. They kept popping out. I was about an hour. I don't have that in the review. I got to cut out. But I was about an hour trying to get those tabs in. Not because the transformation's hard. It was 100% my own fault, my own just being a butterfingers. It had nothing to do with this. I can tell you now that to get to this mode, normally it takes me about 15 minutes. To get back to robot mode, it takes me about 5 minutes. It is not as bad of a transformation as people say, but you do have to practice it a lot, or it is a bad transformation. So I'm going to just put him back down. Yeah, I'll just put him back down there for now. I'm going to check in with you guys before we get going some more here. I know I'm jostling around a lot here tonight. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. I got to go up here just a bit. Well, I got to go farther than I thought. Let's see. I just got Earthrise Blue Streak. Congratulations, Dragonfly. Happy for you, buddy. The cheapest one I found now is twice the price. Oh, Onyx Primal. That is painful. Where's Gigawatt shipping from? Jay asks. So, does that mean the Nemesis Prime also got pushed back? Possibly. And you know what? Like, whatever. I got mine. I don't expect mine until 2021, and I'm cool with that. I can wait for Nemesis Prime. I'm just happy to be getting him. Let's see. Yeah, I'm very sad. Onyx Primal. I don't blame you, man. I would be too if I was in your position. I really would. Hey, Boss Gunny. Crimson Raptor's in here. As always, I appreciate him stopping by for a bit of a visit with us. I think Mindwipe counts as Howling Transformer because he is a bat. Did you vote for Mindwipe when the voting window was open? That's what I would ask you. Julian, I don't know who that is. Someone Black Star, probably. I have no idea who that is. And you don't RID. I don't know what you're trying to say there. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed something. Oh, it was Julian. I'm sorry, Julian. I didn't realize you had asked the question. Yeah, probably is delayed. I agree. I haven't gotten a notice about mine being delayed, but I don't think it's supposed to be released yet. Anyway, release dates in Canada mean zero. They mean nothing. When people are like, it's going to be out on such and such a date. Not here. It's not going to happen. So I don't pay attention to it. As we go down here, and some stuff I am skipping over a little bit here. Razor Matrix, happy to see you, buddy. Excited for the news. Good. We're going to run through that pretty quickly here. Well, not pretty quickly because we got a lot to cover. That's why I want to get to it. Toy Haxing Scorponok. Oh my goodness. I bet he'll look glorious when he's done, but I've seen that set. It's a brutal set, man. It's a brutal set. Hey, Master Fire. Shouldn't have any complaints tonight, Master Fire. Should be a pretty good night, buddy. Should be a pretty good night. I got nothing to gripe about tonight. So, first things first. A lot of people came to me after the pit review and said, oh, it's great that you got a prosecutor. I wish I had a prosecutor. You could technically get a prosecutor. Shapeways. If you look up Quintessence on Shapeways, there is a prosecutor there. Now, it's a bit pricey, but there is a prosecutor you can get there. You'd probably have to paint it yourself, but the tentacles seem to move. It looks pretty good. Honestly, I'm considering getting a couple of those prosecutors myself, possibly, but Shapeways might have you covered there. It also came to my attention that the Unite Warriors Menasor, thanks to Event Progenitor, that the Unite Warriors Menasor, specifically Motormaster, tends to break at the waist, and it's happening to a lot of them now about a year and a half, 2 years later from that Takara release. Evidently, there's a flaw in the plastic, so if you have the Unite Warriors Menasor, be careful with the waist of Motormaster. Apparently, on some copies at least, it's known to disintegrate. Please be very careful. Shout out, actually, to I saw input in here, and I saw Crimson Raptors in here. This Saturday, yours truly will be on Tales from Teletran. I am fortunate enough to be asked to kind of be a guest on there. I'm sure that, as always, I'm going to be a bit of a loudmouth and somewhat controversial, but it's going to be a good time because I love the lads and the lads love me. That's what they tell me. I don't know if I believe them. That's what they tell me. Let's see. Some sad news to report. Apparently, at least according to Toys R Us, the Earthrise SKUs seem to be being discontinued, meaning whatever Earthrise now has been produced and ordered and whatnot, it seems like that's about it, which makes sense because we will soon be heading to Kingdom. So if you see something now from Earthrise and you're thinking, oh, I'll wait for a restock, I don't know if I would. It looks like that's very much winding down, for right or for wrong. In terms of some of the new stuff that's going to be coming out for Core, we do have some very much new pricing. Core class, I'm sorry, for Kingdom I meant. Core class in Canada is going to be $14.99. That's a couple of dollars more than what Legends / Micromasters have been. They were $12.99, $14.99. It's a slight increase, but basically it's $14.99 for a Legends class. I get it. I can understand it, I think. Then we get to the deluxe. This is what's going to kill them. The deluxes now, they want $32.99 plus tax. $40 for a deluxe. It's not going to work. I can tell you now, it's not going to work because it's barely working at $29.99. I mean barely working. Voyagers and leaders are staying the same as they should, because I think slowly you're going to see Voyager get sort of phased out and leader's going to become the new Voyager. So that makes perfect sense to me. Then we'll get to, you know what? Let's do the two. Some people have been very curious about this. Let's do the two listings. One is a BB Mega One Step. I think that one, though that one's not really going to interest many people, I think that one might be related to the upcoming Cyberverse movie. This other one, however, confuses me. It is a BB Core Class 2-pack. I don't know what BB means. We know what Core Class is, but it's going to be a Core Class 2-pack for apparently $27.99 Canadian. My guess would be that in the US, it'll probably be about, roughly speaking, $18, $19. I have no idea what this 2-pack could be, but I believe it's going to be Kingdom related. But then that begs the question what the BB stands for. That is the two mysterious listings that I have as of right now. I can also say that it looks like Thrust, and I've mentioned this a few times now, it looks like Thrust is going to be offered in Canada, at least through Toys R Us. The rumor is that Runabout will be done the same way, but that has not been confirmed as far as I know. MMC, because of TFCon, they showed their Vexo Promenon. I told you before that I thought that they were going to be offering up an exclusive that was an homage to Onyx Prime. It's not. It's an homage to Onyx Primal, who is a bit of a different character, but I don't see the homage to Onyx Primal. I get it. It's supposed to be a bat. All I see when I look at it is Batman. It's cool. It's beautiful. And I think MMC would do a tremendous job. And if you wanted it and you ordered it, wonderful. I think Larkin actually already took a look at it. I don't know how he got his so quick. I was going to, and then I saw it and I was like, it's Batman. It's not for me. It's too much of a crossover for my personal taste. But I believe it's well made. I believe it's well done. And it does look tremendous and is sculpted and painted very nicely if you're in for it. Battlegrounds was released. Fun fact, Battlegrounds is the first console game to be released in 5 years for Transformers. It uses the Cyberverse modeling, and basically it's like a strategy type of game. So if you're in for that, cool. Let's see. We saw some pictures of Paleo Trex. Again, I look at Paleo Trex and I think to myself, $32.99 plus tax? I don't know if I see it, man. I don't know if I see that value. I don't. It doesn't look worth $40 to me. Ages 3 and up have undertaken for the last several years a labor of love, offering G2 versions of the fans project, Menasor. Finally, with the release of Petrol, who is basically Motormaster, they have completed that G2 Menasor. It looks beautiful. It, I think, is exclusively through ages 3 and up. Looks great if you're in for that G2 Menasor. I'll say this, the fans project Menasor is still, to this day, a beautiful version of the Stunticons. No doubt about it. We saw images of God Neptune. Man, I cannot wait to get the guy. I missed out on the Seacons. I'm so glad to be able to have God Neptune, thanks to Crimson Raptors, actually. And the more I see this guy, the more I love it. I love the color scheme. Now, if I could get the original, I would. But I'm at least happy to be getting this version of it. It's better than no version of it, and it looks gorgeous. And 86 Jazz. We saw images of him in his car mode. It's okay, but the back. I don't know if you guys know this, but like the back windshield and kind of the back side windows, there's like a gap between the back and the legs, and I find that a bit jarring, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'll have to see how good the transformation is. Maybe that's just the way that one was transformed, but I wish that gap wasn't there. It doesn't ruin it, but it is a little bit unsightly, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm going to go back and check with you guys now before I go on, because I know you've been saying stuff. And I don't want to kind of go on before I see what you guys were saying. Let's see. As we go down here. Thank you, Master Farrell. I might talk to you about that at a later point, my friend. I'm still waiting for Kingdom Galvatron to get leaked. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen Galvatron yet, Jillian, to be honest with you. Random thing. I wish I could find a cheap Triptychon or just Full Tilt by himself. I don't even know where to tell you to look for Triptychon now. I don't know. If you live in the US, that Ollie's place, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. It'd be nice if you could, though. I agree. Maybe you found one that was broken or something. Kingdom Magnus might be a Wave 2 figure. It might, honestly, Jay. And I think I might be in for that Magnus, depending what the alt mode looks like. Yeah, I saw that, Mike, how PPR has been really kind of struggling his way through that toy hack set for Scorponok, but I'm sure it'll be beautiful when it's done. Just got Skylinks. Is he not fantastic, Master Fire? Is Skylinks not absolutely fantastic? I love the guy. Hey, Brian. Let's see. Right, the clocks went back here a few days back. Forgot Canadian time. Wouldn't have lost an hour yet. Oh, yeah, we haven't changed our clocks yet. I thought that was universal. I didn't know that was different times. Interesting. Ours should be changing soon, though. I got to keep that in mind, man. I don't even know when that happens. Yeah, I know it released 5 years ago, Master Fire. I think there was a reissue or something about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I think it's the reissue that has the issues. Let's see. Skylinks is fantastic. Absolutely. As we go down here. Do you know about Fans Hobby Energon Optimus Prime is in Gabriel? I love how Gabriel writes everything in all caps. I can sense the excitement, and I love it. I do know about it. We're going to talk about that coming up in just a little bit, actually. Yeah, R.I.P. Earthrise. Yeah, right. GotBot is going to turn up Tales from Teletran. I might turn up Tales from Teletran, man. Tales from Teletran. I might just do it. Earthrise means no more Bumblebee or Shockwave. Didn't even get a chance to get them. Well, Shockwave was Siege, not Earthrise. And Bumblebee is the Netflix thing. So it's not really Earthrise either. I don't know why they're doing that one as a Netflix one, but whatever. Studio Series leaders have jumped. Ooh, Maximal 10 just said in Canada, at least, Studio Series leaders have jumped to $74.99, $80 for a leader. Like, I'm sorry, but as they're getting smaller, and they are getting smaller, you can say what you like. As a matter of fact, let's do a piece of news on it. I found it very interesting. I was looking at the general descriptions, and we all know that when it comes to size, things have been very weird throughout Siege and Earthrise, because you have really big characters like, I don't know, Spinister and Ironhide, and then you have smaller ones like Cliffjumper and Refractor, or Reflector, if you will. But the descriptions always said that it's a 5.5 inch deluxe class offering. However, with the Studio Series 86, every single description says 4.5. So they are actually in the general description reducing it by a full inch. I mean, 4.5. I mean, a Legends has always been 3.75. And now you're telling me that a deluxe is only 4.5? I don't know. I'm pretty iffy about it. That said, when you see Jazz next to, say, Optimus Prime and Ironhide, he looks right. It looks correct scale-wise. So maybe we can't really complain about it. And it does depend how the mass is distributed with the plastic. But the descriptions for Studio Series 86 that I've seen say 4.5 for deluxes, 6.5 for Voyagers, and Grimlock, that big Grimlock, is going to be 8.5 inches tall. I only say that so that you can kind of plan your collecting and plan your scaling so that you have an idea of what at least the general descriptions say. Will there be variations within there? Absolutely. but that's the way the descriptions are going. Magic Square also showed off of kind of a cute, chibi, super deformed style RC that actually transforms, looks great. Let's see. I found this one really weird. We had a reveal of a Studio Series Bumblebee that comes with a little Sam Witwicky who's running. I feel like we've seen the Sam before, even though they seem to indicate it's a new mold. And this seems like a trash repaint of the Studio Series 49. Like, it doesn't look as good. I don't understand why they're doing this, but whatever. If you want another version of that concept Camaro, go for it, I guess. Sadly, I am very sad to report that my Centurion pack was canceled. I didn't order it directly. It was ordered with someone else. He ordered two, one for me, one for him. Hasbro Pulse canceled both orders. So sadly, I see no way to get the Centurion pack or the add-ons. So I'm really disappointed with that. Hopefully the opportunity comes up somewhere along the line without me paying a bajillion dollars for it. Let me check in with you guys a little bit here. Going down. Let's see. They aren't a part of the Netflix line, though. Yeah, they are part of the Netflix line. I hate 2020. I hear you, Master Fire, man. I'm so ready for this year to be done. I say boycott Hasbro for 1 year. They'll change the prices back. Here's the thing. Adamantium Matrix, like, I agree with you. We should all, as a fandom, basically look at them and say, go home, Hasbro, you're drunk. Because there are definitely other creative ways to reduce costs other than always hiking the price and handing it to the consumer. The consumer is going to get alienated. Now, I've had debates with people. And, like, let me put it to you this way. Like, dude, like, I worked in manufacturing. I know the sort of markups they put on. Don't tell me how expensive it is to make this stuff. It's not as expensive as you believe it to be. I know better because I've done it. There's a minimum markup of 1,000% that goes on this stuff. At least. And that's probably on the low end. I know this from somebody who's worked. I've worked in the marketing departments. I've worked in the sales departments. I've worked on the manufacturing floor. I know what I'm talking about with this stuff. That's why I'm so critical of it, because I know while their costs go up, don't get me wrong, their costs do go up and the prices will go up. Rather than automatically saying, look, every quarter we have to increase our profits for our shareholders, and the only way that retailers are going to give us shelf space is if we give them exclusives. What you really need to do is make sure that you're actually keeping your customer base, your fan base happy. Because if you're alienating them, stores will buy the exclusive, sure, but if they don't sell, eventually they're going to stop buying the exclusives and say, your product's not selling. The shareholders eventually will say, it's impossible for you to, give us higher revenue all the time. The casual consumer has most likely been priced out of the market. Think about it. You have a kid's birthday party. Kid's birthday party. You're going to go and you're going to say, hey, I'm going to pick him up a Transformer. To get a deluxe, just a basic deluxe, you're now looking at $40. Most people for a kid's birthday will spend $20, $25. They're just not going to buy it. That will be a lost sale. They're getting to the point where they're limiting it to the collectors. And that's great. But what happens when you price us at the market as well? Food for thought is all I'm saying. I don't think that boycotting is necessarily going to help because people aren't going to do it. We say the same thing about gas companies when the prices go sky high. Nobody boycotts that either. I do speak with my wallet, but not everybody does. Aren't Bumblebee and Soundwave and Netflix? They are in the Netflix line. BB as in, yes, BB, Masterfire as in the letters BB, not Bumblebee or anything like that. The letters capital BB. It's really weird. It could be a Starscream and Bumblebee, but again, a core class? I guess it could be a core class Masterfire. Hey, BS Prime. Onyx Primal was an homage to Batman, to be fair. Yes, Onyx Primal was an homage to Batman, to be fair. But when I see it, I feel like saying that Vexopromenon is an homage to Onyx Primal. I feel like, yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. I get it. I know why. I get it. But it's obviously Batman. And it's a beautiful homage. There's no doubt. It's gorgeous. I mean, why do we need a new BB with Netflix? B and Starscream, unless you mean the movie B and Starscream. Here's the thing. It says core class. which would indicate to me that it's part of Kingdom. But then why doesn't have like WFC FCK? Doesn't, it just has BB. It's weird listing. Hey, Triple R. As we go down here, I'm definitely going to miss some stuff here, guys. And I really apologize. I know I missed a couple of questions last week. Just need to vote with that wallet. Yeah, that's right. People just need to vote with that wallet. Input said it there. Either you're in for it or you're not, man. I'm not boycotting per se, but I am a lot more selective. Yeah, and I'm very selective. Like, there was a time, like when RID 2015 was out, I pretty much bought all RID, all generations, and at the time, Studio Series was starting up, all Studio Series. I can't now. There's no way I could afford that now. I pick up a few Cyberverse that are new characters, and then I basically go mainline because it's all I can afford. I'm not made of money. I'm not made of money, man. And I got a good job, but like I'm not made of money. As we go down here, why I still want to get 49. Oh, what did Jay say? I missed that. SS49 is much better. Really? Really, is it, Jay? Oh, SS49 is much better than the new one. Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry. Yeah, SS49 is way better. I agree. Doing that with my weird obsession for KOs and 3P. Yeah, oh man, Maximal 10 is all in the rebuilds now and the weird KOs that he forces me to review. Drives me nuts. Really getting picky and getting more third party. Yeah, I mean, third party. Hey, Steven, third party used to be more expensive, but now I find they're a real contender and really competitive. And there's a lot of times now I'm thinking about going that route because it's just the better option right now. It's funny that you said should release Counterpunch a week later. He's in the 2-pack with Barricade. It's really funny, that was said. We're going to get to that now as well. Odyssey, Punch, Counterpunch, Barricade. That disappointed me because I have the original Punch, Counterpunch. Everybody now who knows me knows what that story was like because I was missing a tire and everything I had to go through with Hasbro's terrible customer service. Never to get a tire, sourced it off of a local guy. Now, my plan is to get the 2-pack because I want that Barricade. I like the mold and I want that Barricade. But I'm going to end up having to sell or give away as a giveaway or something the Punch Counterpunch. I think if you did not get Punch Counterpunch, get the set. It is Punch Counterpunch is great, and I think it was Crimson Raptor said for $39.99 you're basically getting one of them for free because the original Punch Counterpunch was, I believe, $35.99. So honestly, it's worth it. Totally worth it. Punch Counterpunch is great. I think the Barricade looks great. I think it's a good set. I'm getting it anyway. I'll source at least one of the Punch Counterpunches. Whichever one I like the color of best, I'll keep. And I'll sell, give away the other one, whatever. But I love it. I think it's a great mold. I think it's a great Punch Counterpunch. Absolutely get it. GotBot needs more Punch Counterpunch for wheels to help him out. Here's the funny part. Like, they wouldn't send me a wheel, but obviously they still have the mold. They still produce it. They still got them kicking around because now they're putting it all out again. It drives me nuts. They could have just sent me the 1 gram plastic. Just say, man. Barricade needs more paint or stickers. I don't think so. I get it if you want it, but I like the simplicity. Like, that's one of the things about me. Like, I like the simplicity and the kind of solid colors of G1. So, like, I kind of like the look of that for Barricade. That being said, I feel like I should rename Barricade something because I'm planning on having my Micromaster runner be Barricade since he's, Barricade. So I want to pack 2. I'm going to sell the Punch Counterpunch too. Dragonfly, do you have the original Punch Counterpunch, buddy? Just curious if you got the original. That pack. Hey, Chad. So great set. That's what I can say about that. Let's see. 3-0 showed off their Bumblebee, standing at 8.5 inches. It's beautiful Bumblebee, highly posable, super detailed. We all know what 3-0 does. Gorgeous. Toy World showed off an interesting item. It is the movie Jetfire, but done as a World War II battleship, as in a boat on the water. Guess you can't call him Jetfire if he's not a jet. Just saying. so weird. So weird. But yeah, so it is what it is. It looks great. The robot mode looks quintessentially like Jetfire, and the alt mode looks busy, but it looks good and detailed. I think it's a very interesting, but what's the word I'm going for? Successful mold. I think it's creative. Then we get to the final bit of news, TFCon and the reveals there. And honestly, it's funny. After all of the reveals were done, I was talking to some people and they said, "Did you get all of the things that you wanted that were the exclusives?" I didn't get any of them because I didn't want any of them. Not that they're not good. It's just it's not for me. As a matter of fact, many of them are good. Before I get into that, though, last week I said, according to the Legend Selects comic, Spike is dead. Spike has finally been taken out by Quintesson. But in part 2 of that comic, we learn no, in fact, that's not the case. He becomes Autobot Spike, or Autobot X, if you will. But the version of Autobot X has parts of Z-Tar, has parts of Six Gun, has parts of Cog, all cobbled together to be Autobot X. Something that you yourself could do if you have all of the weaponizers. I think that's really cool. Honestly, I think that's a super cool use of those molds. I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. So I just wanted to point that out, that Spike isn't dead. Old man Spike is not dead. He is Autobot Spike once again. Going to check in here a little bit with you guys. Jetfire is weird as a battleship. It is weird. Hey, Uriah. It does look good, though. I agree. I think it's from the prequel comics where they adapted from during the Earth before they were Blackbird, Jet. Probably, Sam. It could be from those early comics. Jay says he wants the Jetfire. Can't blame you, Jay. It's really good. I got the first one when it came out. I thought so. The last person, the new Sam with B is in the MPM Jazz set without the Allspark. Yes. No, you know what? Honestly, I missed that. I'm glad that you've done it. I'm glad that I saw it because I was like, I'm sure, man, I've seen that before. Okay, let's do the TFCon reveals and what I thought of that. Very first thing, Mach-A Toys or Make Toys, whatever you want to call it, had their remastered series with better paint and more accessories and some design changes. And they showed off Acid Storm or Acid Swarm or something like that. It's Acid Storm. Looks really good. I mean, it's Orange Seeker. It's Meteor, not Orange, Green Seeker. It's Meteor and Green. Meteor was also shown again. I guess an improvement, a reissue. I don't know. And Dirge and Thrust, given weird names. But they're going to be released one a month, November, December, January, and February. So if you're in for them, cool. They also showed up a kind of a grayscale of Shockwave. Really detailed, highly stylized, looks really, really cool. The blaster mode, highly Cybertronian, looks kind of like a movie design, but not a movie design. The head sculpt is very stylized. The chest is what really defines it as Shockwave. I can't wait to see color samples of it. Planet X showed off their Helios, who, of course, was a TFCon exclusive. They showed off their FOC Shockwave, who looks beautiful, but are we shocked? Because Planet X usually knocks it out of the ballpark for the looks. And then they showed off Cacus. I think that's a Grimlock, but the head is really weird. Like, everything about it says Grimlock, but it's definitely really stylized with a very different head. Looks good. Again, we saw more like line art than anything else. Looks great, but I need to see more, man. I need to see more of it before I could say much about it. Zeta showed off their Metallic Superion, which, again, we've seen. Like, that's the thing. Up to this point, like, a lot of it was a few new things with some repaint stuff of things we've seen. And I get it. This is the way the year is. Production is hard, so why not kind of repaint stuff and try and get some easy money? I understand it. Kidman showed their Dinobots Grimlock, Dinobots being D-Y-N-O, Grimlock, Dinobots Grimlock, and their Galvatron, who is very stylized, but looks really good. Really good. Check out Kidman, Galvatron, and Grimlock. Really good. Again, early stages. Megatank showed their Megatron. Very silver. Beautiful paint job. Turns into a tank. Highly detailed. I think it's supposed to be a G1-ish, maybe Siege-ish type of Megatron. It's gorgeous, beautiful. I assume it is going to have a high price tag, but it looks beautiful. Fans Hobby finally to get, it was mentioned earlier by Gabriel, who was excited. Finally, we get to Fans Hobby. Fans Hobby showed off a ton of stuff. First, they showed off their Wheelblade, who is Windblade with a car mode. It's their Athena mold. It looks gorgeous. Honestly, the head sculpt blew me away. The colors are perfect. We also saw from Fans Hobby an upgrade for Double Evil with some new chest plates. I think a new blaster, maybe some alternate faces. Naval Commander, which is their Armada Optimus Prime. Look, the original Armada Optimus Prime, I reviewed it and I said it was trash. There's no redeeming qualities about it. I like zero about that. Nothing. It's the worst thing I've ever held, felt, looked at, touched. I wished it would set on fire. But Fans Hobby's knocking it out of the park. Fans Hobby is what fans of Armada should always have wanted. If I was an Armada fan, I would be 100% in for the Fans Hobby one. It does all the modes. It looks spectacular. It's huge. It's the size of their God Ginrai. And a little bit bigger than both of them is going to be their Energon Optimus Prime, or Fatimus Prime, as they like to call it sometimes. Again, a lot of detail there we have not seen. A lot of detail we haven't seen. But from what we have seen, it looks super promising. It looks like it could be so good. Again, it's not for me because I'm not a Unicron Trilogy guy. But Fans Hobby has found their niche. They're doing the Unicron Trilogy stuff that nobody else is touching. And you know what? Honestly, they've been beating it at the ballpark enough that when the time comes that other companies do it, they're going to have to live up to what Fans Hobby is doing. And that's going to be really, really hard to do because they're doing such a great job with it. Getting all of that out of the way. They're also doing a hose head and a siren and a ghost shooter. All look tremendous. Really impressive. Really, really impressive. I love it. I'm going to check in with you guys here just a little bit. Let's see. The Jetfire can combine with Optimus Prime. You're right, Jay. I forgot about that, but you're absolutely right. If Bandai would relax a little and let Hasbro make a G1 Jetfire reissue, I'd be so on the never going to happen. I don't see it happening. Too much greed, too much money. John, happy to see you here. That's okay, man, that you're late. Better late than never, buddy. You didn't miss the unboxing, so we still got that coming. As Hasbro should make Tarn. Agreed, they should. I've heard that they won't because Tarn is such a violent, vicious, sadistic type of character that it wouldn't fit with their kid-friendly brand. So I wouldn't hold my breath. I'd love for it to, maybe one day, but that's what I've heard people argue. And that's why we haven't got the DJD. I don't know. It'd be cool if we did, but I guess we'll see. Metallic stuff scares me. I agree. If it's embedded in the plastics, yeah, I agree. I'll have to see the articulation of the Grimlock's beast mode before considering whether or not I'd replace my Planet X Vulcan with them. Listen, man, if you got Planet X Vulcan, don't replace it. Just don't. That's all. That's all I'm going to say on that. Also, that Grimlock's another comics design, hence the stylization. Oh, could be. Yeah, that would make sense, Sam. See, I don't follow the comics. It's not for me. That's all. You're right. Asking the same question. That's twice that I've been asked the same question. My favorite Transformer, Wheeljack. It's always Wheeljack for character. It's Metroplex for plastic offering. Worst thing you ever touched. Challenge accepted. Oh, dear. And there's been some awful ones. Like, I don't like the feel of the red line. There's something about that. I wish it felt better. It's not bad. It's just something to my tactile senses doesn't sit right. But nothing like that Armada Optimus. That thing's trash. Trash. Let's see. Tarn's design was homaging. What? Tarn's design was homaged in Cyberverse in the form of Megatron X. Perfect Decepticon troopers, so they might make a They could, I suppose, yeah, they could do it with his troopers. You're right. They might, Sam. That's possible. Another random thing. I hope that next year we get Cyberverse Ultra Class. What? Oh, Alpha Strike Striker. That'd be nice. But why Cyberverse? Was Striker in that? I don't remember Striker being in it. I'm down for it, though, if they do it. Worst ones, GoBots. No. GotBots don't feel half as bad. I had a ton of GotBots. Nice, robust, great plastic. I never broke any of them. That Armada Optimus is still worse. Still worse. It's the worst product. Not just Transformers. It's the worst product I've ever held. That's how bad it is. I don't know how that ever passed QC to actually get produced. It's that bad. And I stand by it. Movie Prime is badass. Yes, he is. I agree. Let's see. Prime's deluxe scale Arachnid was pretty terrible. Pretty terrible, but she didn't feel terrible. But yes, she's pretty awful. You're right, Emergency Response Orchestra. Pretty awful. Hey, Slow DK. Happy to see you here, buddy. See, Tarn tortures his enemies. It's, you know, it's hard. I got Red Wave 1. Dig them. Not perfect, but it's G1. Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing. Like, I said that about the feel of Red, but that's just me. Like, that's not even so much a critique of Red, because if you're in for good robot representations, I've done the review on it. If you're in for good robot representations, they do that. Now, the 3 copies I had were all gummed up, and like there were joints that didn't work. Like some people pointed out after, and they said, "Hey, they all have double knee joints." Not the copies I reviewed; they didn't all have double knee joints. Hey, Megatron has an ab crunch. I know he has an ab crunch. Not the copy I looked at didn't have an ab crunch. I didn't want to push the things too much because they weren't mine. They were on loan, and if I broke it, I would not be happy about that. I really wouldn't, because they're $30 each here. Like you're looking at, you know, to have the 3, you're looking at $90 plus that $100. I don't know, man. Like I didn't want to have to replace it. Of all the DJD, Tarn's actually the most likely to get a figure. Agreed. I can't even speak about the other members of the DJD because I don't know one of them. Not one do I know their names. I don't know what they look like or really what they turn. I know nothing. I know they're a group, and I know they're the Decepticon Justice Division. I know literally zero about them. Let's see. Runus, hey, did you get the new listing? Yeah, the new listing. I'll go through it again for people coming in late. The new listing, one is a BB Mega One-Step. I think that's going to tie in with the Cyberverse movie. The other listing is strange because it still says BB, as in the letters BB, and it's Core Class 2-pack for $27.99 Canadian, so about $18-19 US. I don't know what this could be because BB would indicate Bumblebee, maybe Bumblebee Adventures, but then Core Class would indicate Kingdom. So I don't know what it is, but it looks like we're going to get some sort of when you see a 2-pack of Core Class, say, hey, GotBot mentioned that, man. We got something coming. Red Cheetor is awesome. Red Cheetor looks amazing, Slow DK. Looks absolutely amazing. Finally got a Pit of Judgment. Just took someone. What? It just took someone, not where I live, log into my account and plug in my info and credit card. Info freaking Hasbro. I'm glad you got the pit anyway. Honestly, Event Progenitor, I'm glad that you got it. I really am. Which is where the second listing comes from. What? I wonder if Cyberverse actually has Core Class. Now, that's what I've wondered about too. If they could have Core Class, it's possible. The non-transforming flame toys turn could work as representation. I've thought about that too, actually, Sam. I kind of like that one. I don't know how big it is. Like, I don't know how well it would scale. I don't even know how well Turn's supposed to scale. Let's see. Okay, so as I go on through here, because I'm trying to get through this so that we can get to the unboxing and we can get to the spit this out in a minute, babies. Trivia. We got to do the trivia yet. So, going on down, we saw that Energon Optimus Prime as well. Moon Studio showed off their Raiden. Looks gorgeous. Again, we saw like a lot of like images and line work and stuff. I think that they're being real brave, I guess. Stupid, maybe, to put it out after Takara announced theirs. I guess we'll see, but it looks great. It really does. Kang Toys showed off their dive bomb. Best looking dive bomb I've ever seen. Honestly, best looking dive bomb I've ever seen. I've been living vicariously through really like Kato and Sardo. By the way, happy birthday, Sardo. If he sees this, if he doesn't, somebody let Sardo know that I wished him a happy birthday on the show. I've been living vicariously through them getting that Predaking. I'm not going to get it, but I think it's going to be spectacular, or at least look spectacular when it's done. I really do. Lemon Tree showed off their Shockwave that turns into the Nemesis ship. They showed off a B-movie Shockwave, which I'm a little iffy on. I don't really like the head sculpt to it. The Blitzwing, which looks spectacular. And is that it? And the Ironhide, who also looks spectacular. A very FOC-ish style Ironhide to me. X-Transbot showed off an Autobot Spike. I don't know if it transforms. It doesn't look like it. But X-Transbots might be doing it as like an MP version, scaled version at least, of Autobot Spike. They also showed off their Deathsaurus, who comes with both of his Breast Force partners. I think that's hyper impressive. Good on you, X-Transbots. It looks beautiful. And they're doing, I think Bobby Skullface is going to be happy about this, they're doing MP scaled Omnibots. Cool, really cool. They showed them off. They look great. It's not for me, because I'm not an MP guy, but for anybody who is X-Transbots, got your back. And I feel like now they make a good product. They've come so far. Man, they've come so far from those early days when they were criticized a lot for some of their engineering choices. MMC was on deck. They showed off their Optimus Prime / Star Convoy. Looks beautiful. Really looks like it's super well done. They also showed off their version of Deathsaurus. And one of the DJD boys, I don't know why they showed him off. I thought that they were all done, but maybe not. He looks good. He's the dude with the X on his face. They showed off an IDW style Chrome Dome. I don't like that. I've never seen it before, but I've heard about it, and people say it's so sleek, and I've seen it. I don't like that. And IDW Rewind, I don't like that. I don't like the style. Like, I like the characters. I don't like the IDW interpretations of them. Too spindly for my personal taste. If you do, cool, because it's not a criticism of them per se. Generally, it's just it's not for me. It's not the styling of them I like. And their Getaway, who I do like. I do like their Getaway. I think that looks really good. Ocular Max showed off their Clear Ravage, basically. That was the con exclusive as well. Under the Unlimited line, they showed off their Star Convoy. Look, man, I just got Super Megatron. I have the Takara Star Convoy. I'm good. But if you're an MP guy and you want a Star Convoy, there looks like there's 2 offerings coming out. I'm assuming that the one from MMC is also going to be MP scaled. Looks super good. And they also showed off a Defensor that they're working on that looks hyper G1. Love it. So my takeaway from TFCon was this. Nothing there blew my socks off. If I was an MP collector, that's really where the money was there as far as I'm concerned. Like, if I was an MP collector, I'd say there's a lot of things here that interest me. I'm not, so for me, there wasn't a lot there, but I do like what I saw. What did surprise me was how much we saw that we've already seen before, or that was a repaint of something we've seen before. I assume that has to do with the fact that the world has been tipped sideways, and all of this is part of the fallout of that. Okay, I'm going to check in with you guys, and then we have the trivia and the unboxing due, and then we can get out of here, man. Let's go up here and see what we got. I already talked about that, Runish. Yes, I'm getting the 2-pack. I have a punch counterpunch, so I guess I'll sell or give away or something my extra punch counterpunch. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a box split, possibly. I did talk to a guy possibly about that. So yeah, because I want the barricade. So, and I think Input actually is the guy, because again, living in Canada, and it's not on .ca, Amazon.ca yet. And if you live in Canada, you can't order it right now through .com. It won't ship to Canada. So I think Input got my pre-order in, actually. And I think I'm doing the split with another local guy. It's a confusing way to get barricade, but I think I'll get him in the end. I want the Pit of Judgment. Then go right now and pre-order it, John. It's up for pre-order right now. Go get it. Let's see. As we go down here. I'm sure Shockwave Labs or another will do upgrades for Kingdom figures. Absolutely, they will, Mike. I 100% agree. Pit of Judgment up for pre-order again. See, there you go. Sam says, turns around the height of Megatron. Okay, so, I mean, something Voyager-ish would work for me. I would not put Grimlock the same height as Overlord. Interesting that you do. My pit was just shipped. Let's see. What's the best version of Cyclonus that represents G1 well and fits with Earthrise? minus the Kingdom one. I would say the classics. Honestly, I would say the classics is still the go-to Cyclonus. I know there was the Combiner Wars one, but that's kind of stylized. It's not bad, but it's definitely more stylized. I still like the classics. I really do. Let me go down. RTS. Those Omnibot modes. Yeah, the Omnibot car modes do look fantastic, Jay. I agree 100%. Okay, you got compare it with the Kingdom and decide if the RTS is worth to pick up or wait for Kingdom. I'd probably wait for Kingdom at this point, Sovereign Knight. Unless you want to end his Armada. With the possibility of the Netflix barricade, we had a bit... What? With the possibility of the Netflix barricade, we had a bit back being Earth mode barricade, and I already have Punch. I'm going to... Yeah, here's the thing. If I was confident that we were ever going to get any of the Netflix stuff, I might wait. I'm not. I don't believe we're going to get it. It's really weird. We had tabs, like price tags, on shelves for it. They're not there anymore. I don't think that we're getting it here. I don't think that they're ordering it. I think they're like, not happening. Probably because the Siege original uses of those molds, like shelf formed like nuts. Like, how long was their sides? Like, they're still hounds. Like, I could go right now and pick up a Siege hound. Not a problem. I can go right now and pick up a Brunt. Not a problem because they haven't sold. Yeah, no, I know what you were saying, Sam. It's just to have those guys be considered that big. I found it interesting. The classic Cyclonus is as tall as Siege Shockwave, right? Go figure. What do I got to do to get that counter punch? Dude, you know what? I think that there's going to be a lot of those counter punches around. And I tell you why I think there's going to be a lot of those counter punches around. Because there are people like me who got the original. And either they'll keep the new one or they'll keep the original. And I'm kind of glad about that because I don't think enough people got him that wanted him. And he's one of those like very niche characters, but technically you're getting two characters in one. I like it personally. I think it's a great mold. I love it. And I said it before, if you can get your hands on it, get it. This is a chance to do it without overpaying. As far as the paint scheme goes, some people said, well, the yellow is more yellow and the blue is a brighter blue. It is because it's following the Japanese color scheme, which was lighter than the Rebirth. So it depends. Do you like the Rebirth color scheme with the darker colors or the Japanese with the brighter? That's what it boils down to. And yes, some people have compared it to Nightbeat as well. New one is for Anime Paint. There you go. Gabriel got it. Okay, so that's all the news. Woo, it was a lot because of TFCon. Let's do and don't forget that tomorrow we got the top 10 in conjunction with tformers.com. We got the top 10 of the Transformers that are most Halloween themed related. A really interesting round of voting this time. Let's do the trivia courtesy of, are you guys ready for the trivia? Courtesy of our good friend Dragonfly. By the way, if you haven't seen Starscream Wife and Hair tonight, it's because she's hanging out with Tessa Bessa, who is slowly coming into her own and settling in, slow going. Right now, she's to that point where she's barking and growling at everybody that comes in the house because this is my house, don't come in. So we're trying to break her from that. It's tough go, man. Okay, so the trivia. What did Cosmos find on the moon Titan in G1? What did Cosmos find on the moon Titan? Did he find A, electric lava and energy crystals? Did he find B, death crystals and the chaos monster? Did he find C, shriekbots and light poles? Or did he find D, titans on Titan? Did he find A, electric lava and energy crystals, B, death crystals and the chaos monster, C, shriekbots and light poles, or D, titans? What did he find? B, we have one guess of B from Waluigi. B, D, oh, A, I believe. Oh, guys, you're all over the map with this one. A lot of people are saying B, death crystals and the chaos monster. A couple of people said titans. The actual answer Now, I'm even going to double check myself because I know what I got done there. Dragonfly knows it. Dragonfly knows it. The actual answer, and I'm going to double check to make sure that I'm not telling you guys the wrong thing because that would make me cry. And I don't want to do that. Yep, that's what I thought. The actual answer is A, electric lava and energy crystals. Electric lava and energy crystals. E, he found Thanos. Wah, wah. Did anybody get it? A, Gabriel got it. And I think Gabriel was the only one who got it this time. Congratulations, Gabriel. Look at you, buddy. Oh, Brian, did you say A as well? I missed that, buddy. And the awesome one got it correct. I got to go back up, was it? I might have missed a couple of the votes there. Oh, I'm going A because B was more cup. Oh, okay, I misread that. And Brian, you said B, buddy. What are you trying to pull, man? Oh, that's what I said. Not. That was a hard one. Honestly, that was a hard one. I read that and I was like, that's nuts. I vaguely remember Cosmos on Titan, but that's nuts. Yeah, that was a hard one. Good one. That was a good one. That was a really good one, Dragonfly. Made us think, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, let's do the pickups. And I have a few here. Oh, we got a box. Oh, we got a box here. This box is from Input, but I got a couple of other things in here. So we have a box from Input and a couple of things that I picked up myself. First and foremost, this is going to be weird. Bear with me. What? Rampage is scary too. Awesome haul time. Okay. I stumped everyone today. You did stump everyone today, Dragonfly. Okay, so here we go. First one is Wave 2 Airwave. And where is Wave 2 Airwave? Here's the thing. Wave 2 did not come here. A while ago, I was talking to someone, and we were talking about distribution, and some people said, look, the distribution isn't Hasbro's fault, it's the retailer's fault. And I said, no, it's Hasbro's fault when corporate orders don't go fulfilled. What's the retailer's fault is stuff like this. EB Games has this tendency to open up the cases when they come in to their main distribution facility, and then they do their own case assortments. This was one lone Airwave that came to one location by himself. There was no other Wave 2 in with them. There was no other copies in with them. It was him and like a grapple or something like that. And that's all that it was. So I said, I'll take Airwave because why not? And I'm very happy to have Over Air, who's the other name for Airwave. So now I can actually put these two together. Can't wait to take a look at this guy. My hot house is also en route. That should be here next week. As well, I have, and this is from Input, I have the Cyberverse Deluxe Class Thunder Howl. I have the Ultra Class. It'll be very interesting to compare that to this. This is definitely, I'll tell you now, this is definitely way smaller. Way smaller. Interesting, looks great, but it's definitely smaller. Nevertheless, feels good too. That's the first Cyberverse Deluxe I've held. Feels good. I like it. And I am so thankful, so happy. Thank you, Input, for hooking me up with this guy. It is, of course, McAdam, who I'm, of course, using by his actual name, Alchemist Prime. I am one step closer to having a version of the 13. Now I have an Alchemist Prime. He feels better than I thought he was going to. Great articulation. Yes, he doesn't transform, but you know what? I came up with a fan mode for Action Masters. I don't know. I'll come up with something for this guy too. Love him. Really do love him. It was like he's tiny. It would have been a lot of money to invest in doubles of characters that I don't need to get this guy. And I really lamented because I really wanted him. I'm so thankful that Input was able to hook me up. Really, I almost cannot say thank you enough. I'm I'm really happy with this. Like, it very much made my week. And then this is a surprise to me. This one today I got a call on. This was a surprise to me. I am very happy about it. Before I do that one, I'm just going to check in with you guys a little bit because I know you've been saying some stuff that I missed. I just want to go up here a little bit. As we go down here, let's see. Airwave is good. I like him. I like him too. Weird head on him though, right? I want Barricade so fracking bad. I hear you, man. Airwave, I like him. He's pretty solid, honestly. Thunderhowl is cool. I just found Smokescreen in the wild. He looks good. You know what? I haven't seen Smokescreen yet, man. I want him. I absolutely want him. I've said I didn't get the Siege ones, but I want to replace my Datsun trio with the Earthrise ones. Let's see. What have I missed? You've missed all the news, TFangy, but I'm so glad that you're here. We're about to do the last of the unboxing. Thank you for coming in and giving me some of your time, TFangy. I really appreciate it, buddy. I only want the map from Airwave. Dude, if you want the map that bad, honestly, Input, if you want the map that bad, you can have mine. Like, you can have mine. I've been keeping the map pieces, but honestly, you can have mine. And this is the last thing that I got today. This came unexpectedly today. It was, again, only one there. However, I do know of 4 others in my local area just from people talking. Boom. Blue Streak arrived today at EB Games from out of nowhere, even though my Tiger Track's still not there. From out of nowhere, there was only one there. We used to have 5 EB games. Now we have 4. One of them does not have any yet. One of them has 1 more. And the one that's in the mall has apparently 3. So, and that might be all that we'll get. That could be all that we get, but I'm so happy. I know Jay has been looking. And if I see another one, like, dude, like, I'll do what I can for you. If I happen to be somewhere where it is, I might have a second one coming. I'm not sure yet, but I'm really happy to have that. So great haul, Airwave and Blue Streak and Thunderhowl and Alchemist Prime. I couldn't be any happier with how this week has turned out. We've been on here, boys. Now for a nice while. Let's see, hour 7. What is being said here? It was out of nowhere. It was absolutely out of nowhere. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I appreciate you coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you if you're in a position to help the channel to grow. You can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget that somehow, some way, man, each and every single day you do make a difference. Don't forget that we have the countdown coming up tomorrow. This Saturday, I'm going to be on Tales from Teletran, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos.